Hey guys, what's good? I'm Andre and today we're finally having a look at the portfolio that I kept telling you guys about. I want us to all be able to track this portfolio. You guys can hold me accountable for the moves. You can follow along if you want. Obviously, I have a Patreon that you can subscribe to and be able to receive notifications in real time if you want to follow my growth and grow along with my account. And yeah, guys, the target here is gonna be to beat the markets this year. Before we jump in, I'm gonna plant one tree for every 20 likes this video gets. Guys, help me out. We're gonna help the planet out as well. And yeah, let's jump right into it, guys. So before we jump into the actual portfolio, I want to lay out the goals for 2022, and I recommend that this is something that you guys do for your own portfolios as well. So personally, here are the things that I want to achieve this year. First off, I want a much better account diversification. Obviously, this is a bit hard with a smaller account that's gonna be in this case about $4,500 currently, so it's kind of hard to build proper diversification within the account, but it's something that I want us all to keep working through throughout 2022. The second one, guys, is gonna be doing considerably more credit spreads. I really want us to double down on credit spreads. Driving in premium is very important for my portfolio, so options, credit spreads, guys, and don't be afraid, don't scare away, don't fret. I'm gonna walk you guys through them. It's really nothing that's too complicated for you guys, and it's gonna allow you the flexibility to really trade any side of the market, and you're gonna get to a point where you won't really care if the market is going up or down. You're still gonna make money. So for the third one, guys, I want us to focus more on stocks that are in current bull runs. One of the things that I've done in 2021, or one of the things that I've been guilty of, has been a bit too much conviction with some stocks that haven't necessarily been gratified by the stock market. Stocks like Palantir, like ChargePoint, like Disney, they're great stocks, but they haven't really been in a bull run, and unfortunately that showed, and it hurt my ability to grow throughout the year. So while I still see value in investing for the long term in some of these stocks, I will try to focus a bit more on stocks that are bullish throughout this year so that we can actually increase our trading portfolios. The actual target, guys, is gonna be to grow the account by 5% every single month, so a total of 60% annual growth. Now obviously we might have some months that won't hit the 5% or maybe even be negative, but we'll also have months where we beat the 5%, and that's where we need to focus whenever the market does get bullish. And last but not least, guys, I want us to be able to bring in more premium each quarter than the quarter before. And actually for the past 3 quarters, it's something that I kept doing, just scaling up my ability to bring in premium through credit spreads, through selling options, because premium is guaranteed profits, guys. You don't care where the stock is gonna move. As long as you keep bringing in that premium, you're always gonna be able to drive more revenue into your account. So without further ado, guys, let's start looking down the list here of stocks that I have in my portfolio. So I'm gonna share a screenshot here with the current status of the account. As you guys know, I've been telling you that it's gonna be between 4 and 5k. It's smack down the middle at 4.5k right now. We're pre-market on Monday, the 3rd of January. So again, the goal is here to beat the markets throughout 2022. So let's see how we're gonna be able to do. The first position rather that we have here, guys, is the leaps on SoFi. I did a video about that. I really recommend that you guys go and watch that because it goes at length about the strategy and what we plan to do with these leaps. Currently it's within profit territory, but I'm really not even thinking about closing this one, or the way Fed says it, I'm not thinking about closing this one. For now, I'm gonna see it through. Again, go back to that video if you want to see more details. And the next few are gonna be some credit spreads. Credit spreads, guys, because you sell an option spread, and then again that premium, nobody can take it away from you unless you close that trade for a loss. And the thing is that I'm always gunning for things that have 80 to 85% probability of being in the money and being winning trades. So obviously there's such a high possibility of gain that even when like once in a blue moon it happens for me to choose one of these spreads wrong, I have plenty of wins to back that up and to nullify it. So guys, we're gonna have a $2 spread here on Mara. In my opinion, Mara is one of the best crypto miners, and I think that once Bitcoin starts ramping up a bit more, I can see it quite mooning here, but I still don't see it going below the $28 price point that I set for it. And then the next one is ATVI, which is a bear call spread, meaning that I don't believe that ATVI by February will be above $75. Guys, I opened up this trade mostly because I have some shares in ATVI. It got a bit hot, it started being a bit overbought, and that's why I decided to open this. It was more of a hedge rather than actually an like in the vacuum type trade for making money. I wanted it as a bit of a hedge. It's profitable right now, so apparently I was right. I'm not closing it out yet though. The next one is a bull put spread on TDoc. Again, we sold this one for roughly $94 here of premium, and we're still waiting it out. It's gonna expire on the 21st of January. And the very last one here, guys, is a bull put spread on Square that's gonna expire on the 18th of February, and we're gonna make $104 on this spread. And you might think to yourself, like, why do we even care about $100? But guys, these are spreads that necessitate just $400 or $500 of collateral. So you're basically making upwards of 15-20% ROI on the collateral that you're putting up to make these $100. So these are actually fantastic strategies to grow small accounts. Going down on the list here, guys, we have Ellipse on Pinterest, which right now, so I've been selling a lot of covered calls on it. I've been able to really dig into that $12.91 entry price that I have for these Ellipse on Pinterest. It's expiring in January 2023. I'm really not worried about it. I think that I'm gonna be able to fully recuperate every single dollar that I spent on these Ellipse through covered call selling. Basically doing the poor man's covered call on Pinterest here. And right now I don't have, oh no, I actually do, never mind me. We're gonna get to it. I actually have a covered call sold on this one. Cool. The next one, guys, is also Ellipse. It's on CCL at $30 strike price. This one expires in September this year, 2022. I'm a bit more worried about this one because CCL has been really inconsistent, and COVID is obviously making it quite rough for this stock to find any consistency. But let's see what happens. I'm gonna keep you posted, and actually subscribe to the account if you want to see updates. I'm gonna break down both of these leaps and the poor man covered call strategy, as well as every single covered call that I did on them, so that you can get a bit more clarity on what my actual entry price is right now and what I need for the stocks to do in order to become profitable again. As you can see right now, we're negative on both of these positions. Now the third one is in the options here. The third one is a covered call on CCL. It's deep in the profits right now. I'm probably gonna give it another day or two and then roll it out in expiration, probably higher up in strike price as well. I also have a covered call sold on Pinterest. And guys, this is exactly what I mean. Like you can see, I've sold a covered call on CCL, one on Pinterest, one on ChargePoint, and then we have a put on Hot. And as you can see, I'm bringing in $40, $19, $15, $150, and every single time I sell an option, I have guaranteed profits that nobody takes away from me unless I decide to do something that's completely against my rules, so I don't do it. This is the best way to grow a portfolio, guys. And again, I encourage you to follow me on Patreon, where I'm gonna share every single step of the process here, just so you guys get a lot of clarity into what we're actually doing here. The very last position here in terms of options is a put on Hut. Hut 8 is one of the best crypto miners on the market right now. They're going to be able to have one of the best mining capacities on the market through 2022 and 2023. They're based out of Canada. So I'm really excited about this one. I really think that it's going to potentially compete with Mara and Riot throughout the next couple of years here. So okay, I'm gonna give that one the $9 strike price put on Hot time to basically either come in the money. I really don't care if I get a signed Hot at $9 strike price. It means that we get to buy 100 shares at $900 of Hot, and then I also made $144 of premium on that same trade. So I basically have an entry price of $7.50 for Hut, which I think is just a steal given how this stock's chart looks currently. Let's have a look at my stock positions here guys, and I do want to break them up a bit for you because it might be a bit confusing if I don't. So some of these are long-term positions that I will not be selling unless the stock comes at a very clear resistance point that it will probably retrace from. Some of them are mixed really. So the first one is ChargePoint. I'm really bullish on ChargePoint for the next year here, but I won't be keeping the 115 shares. I want to get called on 100 of them, so that's why I'm selling covered calls. Right now my entry price on ChargePoint is much lower than what you can see on the screen. It's probably $19.50. I'm gonna do another video on this one next week so that you guys can see exactly what I did here. Through selling covered calls, I kept taking the average entry price lower and lower. I do want to remain with 15 shares in this stock because I really think that ChargePoint stock is one of the best ones for the future. Now obviously the next one is CCL. We already covered it. I'm really disappointed with how this stock has been performing in the past year here. I really think that COVID is probably going to be a bitch for them for a bit longer, and then obviously it's such a high capex type business that I probably, in all honesty, will look to get rid of this stock as soon as I can do so, with making very minimum profits here. The third one on the list of stocks, guys, is PLTR. I'm extremely bullish on it. I won't go any more in detail here. The fourth one, GGPI, Polestar, same. I'm very bullish about them. I think that they're gonna have a fantastic 2022. I can't wait for them to change their ticker symbol into Polestar. And yeah, just Google Polestar if you don't know about them. The car is just absolutely gorgeous. It's the EV version of Volvo. I think they're gonna be tremendously successful. Intel, a company that I think will have a fantastic year. They're building 2 fabs. I'm really bullish about them. This is one of my long-term holds here. I'm not gonna sell this one for a good while probably. Same with Citigroup really. I think the bank is one of the best out there, and I'm probably never gonna sell this one. But again, if it reaches a really rough resistance point, I might. ATVI, Activision Blizzard, guys, it's been having such a rough last 6 months roughly. It retraced quite heavily from I think $120, so I'm very bullish that it will be able to get back up there. It's probably one of the few gaming stocks that really speaks to me because of all they do with things like their own version of Comic-Con and whatnot. I really think that their esports is probably gonna be as big as their gaming right now, so I'm pretty bullish on that as well. Facebook, no need to say much. I bought some when they last retraced. Caterpillar, guys, again, a pretty bullish one. It's a defensive one. It's one that's really good to have in there because when tech stocks and maybe we see some inflation and a lot of NASDAQ stocks are gonna be suffering, Caterpillar won't be one of them most likely. Visa, again, Visa, like, ask yourselves, what kind of credit cards can you get from your bank? Visa or MasterCard, right? They're a duopoly. Why would you not buy one of them? I'm extremely bullish on this company. I bought it once it retraced recently, so I'm probably not gonna sell it until it's roughly $300. Twitter, less bullish here. I think it was a bit of a mistake. I'm expecting them to come back to previous highs, of course, but I probably won't be keeping them for much longer after that point. Disney, one of the stocks that my darlings. I really think that I'm gonna continue averaging into Disney and just holding it for the long term. Guys, if you have a kid around the house, or really if you're a kid yourselves, you're probably gonna be very aware of the fact that 80% of the things you see around, whether it's at TV or clothes or whatnot, they're branded Disney. So yeah, that's pretty much all you need to say. Pinterest. I'm pretty bullish on this stock. I think that they've been making a lot of really smart moves recently, and I really see them becoming one of the better social platforms out there, and probably one of the better stocks in this space as well. I'm pretty bullish on them. I think that right now the market isn't really looking at them the way they should, so I'm gonna be patient with them. NIO, I've bought NIO very recently, guys. I know there's such a huge amount of FUD with China and everything. I'm probably gonna make a video at some point about both NIO and BABA and just overall Chinese stocks to share my opinion on that, but I just simply couldn't ignore NIO, nor BABA, nor YAMC for that matter of fact at the current price points any longer. So I decided to grab just a few shares of them for diversification purposes, if nothing else. And NDM, hugely disappointed in this stock. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I bought it when it was, again, as you can see, at $7.50 roughly, or $7.20. I was really bullish on them and was really expecting them to do much better than they're currently doing. Let's see how the first couple of quarter reports come in and what they do. The last one was pretty exciting for a company their size, so hopefully there's more of that to come, but let's see. I'm pretty disappointed with what I've been seeing in the last 6 months with them. YAMC, it's basically the KFC of China. Pretty hard to ignore them at this point. The entry price was just so low that I decided to get a couple of shares. And then the last one is DTC. It's a funny story, but it's basically a good friend of mine that is involved with the company. I wouldn't probably recommend that you guys look at this. If you follow my Patreon, this wouldn't have been one of the recommendations that you follow in my footsteps, but I just thought that it'd be fun for me to support their cause and their stock and their business. So that's a bit of a wrap, guys. As you guys can see, my portfolio consists of swing trades, long-term investments, option trading, and then some option spreads, which I think are gonna drive the portfolio further this year. So if you guys want to join me on this journey, first off, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna post frequent notifications and updates and videos on what my positions are doing, and you're gonna be able to see my portfolio grow, hopefully in real time. It's gonna be a road to glory kind of thing. Let's see how far we can get a $4,500 portfolio this year, how far we can grow it. I'm gonna talk you guys through some of my processes, some of my expected results, and also some of my rules for trading as we progress through the year here in the various videos. I don't want this one to get any longer than it already tends to become. So guys, with that in mind, thanks so much for tuning in. Check out my Patreon page if you want to follow along my footsteps and maybe even get notifications for my trades and be able to replicate them, so that you can first off understand what I'm doing, and secondly grow alongside me. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions, guys. Drop a like. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.